Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of True Dungeon Talk with Trent. My name is Trent of trenttokens.com. I'm a big fan of the game called True Dungeon and a very avid collector of tokens, which you can see tons of back here. We have a very special show today. It's the Mist of Madness Take two. It's the Mist of Madness Riddle Reveal. It's the wrist reveal. I reveal to you my wrist of madness. Yeah, come on. Yeah, how about you? Yeah, it's a riddle reveal of Mist of Madness, the latest VTD adventure of 2026, the second of the series. We'll be interviewing Caitlin and John from True Dungeon. They're going to tell us all the secrets of the combats and the puzzles and all the fun stuff. But before we get to that, a little housekeeping. Number one, do that liking and subscribing. It helps spread the love of True Dungeon, which I love to do. And yeah, the other little thing, if you saw a little video that I just did recently, I talked about this here. This is a hard to find 2026 10-pack. They're in short supply this year, like literally short supply. If you would like a chance, I'm going to give you a clue. That's what I'm giving you, a clue on how to acquire a free 10-pack of 2026 tokens. The clue is, let's see if I can do this right.
Read the 2026 Trent Tokens newsletter. That clue again is read the 2026 January Trent Tokens newsletter.
Yeah, from January. So if you don't know how to find that, you could email me, but I think you could find it. You're smart people. Again, check out the January Trent Tokens newsletter for a clue on how to get a free 2026 10-pack. Now, speaking of free, one more little free thing here, a little housekeeping before we get to our honored guest. At the end of the show, there will be a free drawing for treasure chips and True Dungeon gold. So click that link that's pinned in chat. I think it's over here. Yeah. And then fill out that form, and you must be here during the drawing to win. If not, it's no Gouda, you know when. But that's enough about me and the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's welcome Caitlin and John. Everybody, put your hands together. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Caitlin and John. Oh, my Lord. What handsome, gorgeous people. That's right. You in the audience, you. These are paid audience members, kind of like The Price is Right. They get gifts. The gift is our love. Caitlin and John, welcome to the show. How you guys doing?
Always good.
Tired but good.
Tired but good.
Exhausting.
What could you be tired about? What in the world would make you tired? It's only Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I think we're in the same time zone, right?
You and I are, yes.
Yeah. John, we don't care about John.
Not.
Yeah.
John's on dungeon time.
Yeah, is that what that's called, dungeon time? Speaking of dungeon time. John, I love your background here. Let me go to a single of John. You've got some eyeballs there. Got some type of wretched creature holding a candle in the back. Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Might be seeing that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, might be seeing some of that pretty soon.
Really? Oh, I think we're getting a preview of what's to come. Let me say hello to our people in chat. What's up, Brian Langenfelter, 1921, Snake Eyes, what up, man? Alex, the Garrett, Steve, all for the lulz, which is hilarious, by the way. Falarian, 89, Wilty05, Jordan. Hey, Jordan. That's right. Jordan and I are going to be doing something fun in the future. Stay tuned. Pow, 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 pow. I look like a dork. Pow, 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 pow. Burnt the Waffles. What's up? Long time no see. David, one of the real normal humans in the world. Lori Martin. Speaking of normal humans, what's up, Lori? Oh, my God. Hey, everyone, don't tell them I'm watching. It will make them nervous. Oh, okay. Lori is not watching.
Got it.
Got it.
That was
all
totally
right.
a joke. Just to keep us on edge, yeah?
I'm smart, Lori. Basic Brain and Jeff, and Awkward Moon and Meat Hook. So David can't stay until the end tonight. All right. Well, you're gonna have to. Lori says oi. I mean, nobody says oi. Hi everybody. Thank you all for watching live. It's so awesome. And thank you both for, once again, being here for our riddle reveal. And we're going to be doing a riddle reveal of Mist of Madness. I had someone in one of my groups, or maybe it was in the forum, I can't remember now. They said that this was their favorite so far. So of all the VTDs from since the beginning. So this was a good one. And one quick thing in chat, remember, if you have any questions for John or Caitlin about True Dungeon, this virtual adventure, a future adventure, or anything at all, just put the word question at the beginning and then type your question, and I will try to not miss it in chat, and then we will go from there. Speaking of doing some riddle revealing, let's dive right in. Caitlin, can you please show us the intro to Mist of Madness?
I can indeed. Here we go.
On your previous adventure, your party witnessed a young woman being kidnapped by a group of bandits and whisked away to the top of a strange tower. Valiantly, you struck out to ascend the tower and mount a rescue. After several daring trials, you freed the woman, only to learn that her mind was wiped clean by the strange magical mists that cover the nearby forest. She believes she left the mysterious land of Cravenmoor to seek aid, and has asked your party to accompany her back to Cravenmoor to save it from some unknown evil. You awaken well rested in the tower, in spite of the crowded sleeping arrangements. As you finish breaking your fast, Sibella approaches.
Oh, I hope your rest is more fulfilling than mine, my new friends. My dreams were filled with glowing red eyes. They looked like a man's, but shone like the devil's. His voice called to me, a murmur of intangible promises. I woke in a cold sweat. I do not know what memories the mist stole from me, but I feared him more than I have ever feared another. It sounds like nonsense, I'm sure, but still, I can't help but feel that those eyes and that voice are part of why I brave the mist for help. That cursed wood rings the entire kingdom of Cravenmoor. Passing beneath the canopy of those trees and surviving the mental toll of the mist is the only way to get there. Once we are through, I think we will find others who can better explain the situation, or at least someone who can restore my mind so I can explain it. Let's be off. It's better that we travel by daylight than wait until nightfall.
All right, and Trent, did you want to roll straight into room one, or
Yeah. So that was the intro to the whole adventure, which is super cool. I like how there's an NPC, carrying us on our way. And by the way, in chat, does anybody believe that she's going to turn on us, or is this going to be the first NPC of all time to not turn on us? Anybody? Feel free to share your thoughts. So let's go ahead and roll right into the intro to room one. Why are you smirking? Okay, let's check that out.
The light of the sun completely disappears when you step beneath the mist-shrouded trees, and it isn't long before you lose all sense of direction. Sibella leads you deeper into the woods, insisting that you keep one another in sight at all times as the mists gather closer. Sometime later, a low growl rumbles up from the underbrush.
Oh boy, a low growl comes a rumbling. All right, so we got to hear some behind the scenes info here. Who were the two people in these little costumes? I must know. I have to know.
Troy and Matthew, isn't it, John?
Yeah.
No way.
I think we were set to record some other actors, but we had that crazy storm last month, so we weren't able to get those in, or get those folks in. So I grabbed Matthew and Troy and was like, "Hey, you guys are small enough to fit in these outfits.
Oh my
Go
God!
stand in the woods so Drake can film you."
So Drake filmed this. Troy is one of your master craftsmen who helps with all the puzzles and all of that stuff, and Matthew is one of your 37 children. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. He's number 33, I believe.
33. I think people would be surprised how many kids you have. John, is it too personal to ask you to kind of go down the kids and who they are?
Four adults and 2 little ones. Actually, they were in here today playing video games and checking out the new sets and some of the RingCon and Gen Con stuff we're building. So, they when I can on weekends, I bring them in here and let them see what Daddy's doing and working on.
Wow, that's just insane. I mean, I just cannot think about what a horrible influence you are on all these people. And like
trying to make some new DMs.
Okay.
DMs
all
and
right.
PCs. Yep.
So back to this dungeon. So in chat, could you guys tell me how clear is this bottom chart? So on my screen, it's the way I have it, it looks kind of small. Can you guys see it nice and clear, or would you like me to zoom in on this chart, like the ACs and stuff? Let me know in chat, pretty please. So from a combat point of view, what special did the people have to deal with? What was special about this room? It's definitely one thing that I know that was special. Who would like to answer that?
The thing that I think was probably one of the hardest to deal with was the slimy swaddle and the possibility of getting trapped, cocooned in vines, and unable to continue.
Okay, all right. So people say it's readable. So Andy says that the combat was greatly helped by the bard clue. I agree. So I am going to zoom in just a smidge or two here, because I think people are pretty fascinated by like the fortitude saves for normal, hardcore, nightmare, epic, and then mythic. Mythic was nuts. I did Mythic a few times, and oh my Jiminy Crickets, I swear you're
Wait
just...
till you see next month.
Oh my God. I feel like you're just making up Mythic numbers. But that's okay. Let me check in with
this time I sent the numbers to Paul and let Paul go through them and tell me what needed to be higher.
Paul hates me and just wants to kill me constantly, so it's a horrible idea, but that's okay. If I'm down to 1 hit point and no one has any spells, that means we had fun. All right, so this combat, little, small, readable. Zoom in slightly. My epic, Valerian89 says, my epic run started with back-to-back nat 1 saving throws in this fight. It was definitely not the way. Well, that it's okay. It was only room 1, and you got those 1s out of the way. Hopefully you didn't have any more 1s. Now, the thing that I was looking for, someone mentioned the bard clue. Let me pull that in here. A little tighter on the bard clue.
And the tether to the forest.
Exactly. So... Mongo/Myron plays our bard, and he got the bard clue, and I didn't read it because, I'm clearly a barbarian, and I just kept attacking the monsters, and they just kept lasting forever, and it was because we didn't sever the roots. So anyway, once I read the bard clue, then I actually did something with that bard clue. So I thought that was kind of fun. Eerie Lamb/-V, hello, welcome to the show. So let's dive. Anything else about this room before we go to the room 2 video intro?
I don't believe so.
Okay, a very cool room 1.
You want to start going through all the mythic stuff, because that's what takes up half the module.
No, that's okay. This room was cool. 2 monsters. Had to sever the root, so the bard clue was important. So it's a good, nice combat for room 1. Let's go ahead and show them the room 2 intro. Pretty please.
As your party moves away from the remains of the mist shamblers, the mist condenses into an impenetrable fog. You are barely able to see one another, much less your surroundings. After wandering for some time, you stumble out of the heavy fog into a clearing divided by a river that fairly hums with currents of magic. there's a glint of something shiny on the other side of the water. However, as you approach the river's edge, Sabella begins to act strangely.
Okay, very cool. People are making fun of me in chat for not reading. Okay. Everybody's smarter than me. We already know that. This was a super cool room, and I already know the answer, but I'm going to say this as a muscle memory and mouth memory to remember to communicate with my brain and try to remember this for future shows too. Who came up with this puzzle?
That would be me, which is why it's very much an NPC focused puzzle. This is the puzzle that I dreamed about when I was an NPC.
Really?
Which is you have to actually listen to her in order to solve it.
Which I was just demonstrating that I wasn't listening or reading in room 1. I love this puzzle. It was super cool. Chat, what did you guys think? Jeff thinks it was fun. Valerian89 says this room was fun and gave people time to explore the other stuff that was in the room. Yep. And speaking of listening, I didn't hear, just, outing myself for being a terrible listener. In the intro, and there's even a video zoom almost here about the edge, I didn't hear that something glistened in the corner. I guess because I was just staring at the bridge and trying to understand it. So that was also a nice touch. This was definitely my favorite puzzle. Maybe of all the VTDs actually, but I'm also not a huge puzzle fan.
It wasn't that good.
No, well, I'm being honest, I guess because it's a room 2, so it wasn't like horrifically, it wasn't like a room 7, and it was different every day, and the NPC was great, and it was something, the clues weren't like, not everybody, possibly some people would know every clue, but there were some clues that not everybody knew, like only one person might know what the answer was. Speaking of the NPC, so in this room, for anyone who did not do this room, there was a live NPC interacting with us, and she heard a voice, and the voice said that she had to be blindfolded. That was part of the puzzle, and she was going to listen to the voice and then relay that information back to us, and that would be seen here, at the bottom of the screen. Over there. Uh-oh, man down. Mic down. And then we would listen to that and then tell her what to do. And then each day, the clue changed. So on Friday, for instance, this was what the bridge was. Caitlin, could you read to us maybe like the first couple of clues there for Friday?
Sure. So the first clue for Friday was first step to the age that is the sweetest.
Okay, sorry. Ignore me. Okay, I'm going to go off camera here. Read the next one, too. I'm fixing my mic.
And then the second one is then on to the hour of the last possible minute. And right after that, we get angle to the base from which all counting springs. So in this puzzle, the way it was solved was you had to listen to that, figure out what number the clue was referencing, and then count which letter in the alphabet it would be.
Right. And then she would take a step to the first part of the bridge, and if you were on the wrong step, you got damage, and then you would either go forward or at one of the angles, and then make your way all the way across. I thought it was really cool. So this was the Friday setup, and then the Saturday setup was different. You want to read us the first couple of that one?
Sure. So this one is begin at the top of the clock, then don't fear the next step's hunger, it's already eaten 9. You can tell which one I wrote after dealing with 8-year-olds. And then find the time that is the charm.
Right. So you're reading these, but what about the answers as well? So
Sure. Okay. So the first one was begin at the top of the clock. The answer would be 12 or the letter L. Second was 789 joke. So the answer was 7, and you went to G. Then the third one was then find the time that is the charm, and it references the phrase third time's the charm.
Right. So
they go to letter C.
I wasn't familiar with the second one, 789. So that's like a kid joke, right? So yeah, I mean I get it because I heard you say it and I was like, oh, that's funny. But I've never heard that joke before. So there's an example. So either you bring along someone in your group who's an incompetent fool like me, who will enjoy this puzzle because they're going to learn new things. Did you know that 789? How hilarious is that? But I knew the other ones. But those are the ones that I like. Very cool. And then same thing for Sunday. How about a couple of these, but also the answers too, in case maybe not everybody knows.
So, small fun fact about Sunday, this is actually the fourth option that we had. There was another Sunday version that just used the first 16 letters, and it went so well on the first 2 days, we went with this one, which is harder. First clue,
okay.
The paths start at the catch you cannot win. And that is a reference to Catch 22.
That one I know. Yep. Catch 22.
And that's the letter V, which is down there on the bottom, third from the left. Second clue, next tread upon the cloud one most wants to find. That would be cloud 9.
Mm-hmm.
Which is letter I. And look to the step that can tell the future. That one took some thinking.
Well, wait, don't tell me. Look to the step that can tell the future. Oh, I don't know. I might have gotten up and gotten a snack while my party was solving that. I don't know that one.
Oh.
What's that one?
So you've never played with a magic 8-ball?
Oh, so it was 8. That's right. Now I remember it. Because the step, in my head, I'm going step. What is the step? But it's the future part, the magic 8-ball. Sure. You play with that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. It's a super cool puzzle. I really liked it. And Jordan says he thought it was 88 for the DeLorean. So.
Ooh, that's a nice one. I like it.
Yeah, and Maggie says, what's up, Maggie? The kids run needed help on this one because they didn't know a lot of the phrases. Did they know the 789 one? Was that one, did that one make sense to them, Maggie?
The kids run was on Sunday, so they didn't get that clue, unfortunately.
Oh, no, they got the super hard one? Oh, no.
They did.
Oh, all right, Maggie, they got to do Friday runs. I think they're a little easier. That's kind of fun. If you guys don't know, Maggie and a couple of other people have been organizing kid runs on the forum, so check that out. All right, so let's bedtime. She says bedtime on Friday. Let's do the any other questions. Remember in the chat, say question if you want. And Wade, Wade's got little ones as well. Friday runs are too late for the kids. Yeah, totally understand. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But if not, let's go ahead and check out the intro. Oh, go ahead, John. You have something to add?
I just want to so this room was also kind of a nod to an author that Caitlin and I both enjoy. So there was some other stuff in there that I don't know if any of your parties tried, but you could actually sample the mushrooms over in the corner.
Oh, that's right.
Eat,
I'm so you're
like
so right. I should have mentioned that. Thank you, John, for being smart here. Let me zoom in over there. So yeah, there were 3 mushrooms. So once you cross the bridge, I think the NPC kind of encouraged you to check out that thing that was shiny. So you acquired a magnifying glass, which John has there, and then that was attached in your inventory, in the next rooms, which I thought was a really cool thing to do, and I'm sure other people would encourage you guys to continue to do that. And then there were some fun things with this mushrooms. You want to tell us what happens with these mushrooms?
So the yellow mushroom gave you a holy aura, and the player who consumed that couldn't be targeted by undead creatures for 1 room. The green mushroom gave you the squirrel bait effect, which would attract all kinds of small woodland critters directly to you.
Not that that was going to happen anytime soon, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, never. And then the purple mushroom, we called it Trixie Trip. It had 4 different effects, and it was a D4 roll by the party card tool that determined which one you would get. So you could either get an Icky Coating, a Squirrel Trap, Summon Rotten Acorn, or Squirrel Tamer.
Oh my god, that was so good. Yeah, I like it when you finish rooms and then there's something extra to do, whether it be a little special door or an extra puzzle or some fun mushrooms to eat. And my group of silly, goofballs, of course, we're going to drink or eat anything. So they really love that. And the first time you hear about the woodland creatures, you think, oh, that's bizarre. In my mind, I thought it was just some random like D&D chart or whatever. And then, of course, later you might, find out why, which we'll see in a couple of minutes here.
Did any of your groups eat the butterflies, Trent?
I think so, but I don't remember what happened. What happens? Yeah, I think Mongo might have eaten a butterfly.
So the room had all colors of butterfly. Any color you could name, we wrote in that there was a butterfly of that color. And any one that you ate that was not purple would damage you. The purple one gave you a vision of lightning striking a tree in a faraway land.
Interesting. So yeah, you've got these butterflies in the back. Now, lightning striking a tree in a faraway land. I don't get that reference. Is that a reference to something?
That's secret code. But yeah, that's for true nerds, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, for you true nerds out there, there was a secret code thing. And a couple of people are talking about the squirrel stuff. You guys are going to see something about that in a couple of one. Lori says Rothfuss book. Is that the tree and lightning thing? Oh, okay. Yep. Well, I read all those, but well, there goes my memory. I don't remember it. All right, so let's go ahead and show the intro to room 3, pretty please.
All right.
Leaving the stream behind, your party ventures once more into the mists obscuring the forest. It grows so thick in places that you can hardly see the trees, but your ears are constantly alerted to strange sounds from creatures just out of sight. Then the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end as an otherworldly snarl echoes through the air. A pair of glowing red eyes, followed by a monstrous creature covered in ichor, steps into your path.
Very cool. Yeah, this was a cool dungeon or cool room or part of the forest. I thought this was a really, really interesting, monster. Who did? And by the way, there's the magnifying glass in the lower left-hand corner. One of the dungeon masters said, "Oh, you've got this in your inventory," and I thought, "Oh, that's a nice touch." I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, I think people dug this room. The clue, let me zoom in on this clue here. Dire wolves have sensitive ears. They shy away from loud sounds other than their own howls. So I think those clues are kind of nice for the people who can do spells like that. And let me get a little closer to the stats as well. That's very cool. Now, if anyone has any questions in the chat about this room, anything you guys want to add about this room here, let me know.
But before Caitlin gets into the combat stuff, I'm pretty sure Drake started with like an actual picture of a wolf and turned it into what you see there. So like he started with like a real image of a wolf, and then like through video editing and filters and all kinds of stuff turned it into where it's semi-realistic, I guess. So he went from real to that. So his talents are like just crazy. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Some of the behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff.
That's nuts. I thought it was, like that normal company where you just get images and license it for X amount of time. But whoa,
I'm pretty sure he built that from the ground up. So it took
Yeah.
him a little while to get all that stuff working.
that's insane.
Yep.
So Snake Eyes has a question. Is it Icor or Icor? Anybody know?
I have heard it both ways. I've never actually been sure of the pronunciation. I prefer Icor, but
Yeah, it's Ichor, right? Is that it? Yeah, I would probably pronounce it Icor as well. But maybe somebody.
Sabella did not.
Oh, maybe somebody. Oh, and Maggie says she's only ever heard Icor. Interesting. Yeah, so maybe I'm going to say this word wrong, ironically, by the way. What is it? Entomology? The research of words or whatever.
etymology.
Etymology. There you go. So maybe some etymologist out there can help us. My vote is Icor. All right, we're taking a vote. Vote in chat. That's how we shall all say it forever. Speaking of cool effects, show us some of these cool effects that this little dudette did.
Sure. Now, this might start the intro over, so I will just shut it off real quick.
Okie dokie.
Leave.
There it goes. All right, so this guy had a couple of different attacks. He had the barf yucky on him.
What did you eat, buddy?
I told Drake in the shot list for this combat to have it make that noise that dogs make right before they ruin your favorite carpet. He did a great job.
I agree.
And then we have the one that I think was everybody's favorite, which is Raid the Cache.
All right, everybody, make sure you're looking at the screen. Ah! Oh, that's hilarious.
And then we gave him the Icor Tornado.
Wow. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I just noticed that while he was doing that attack, his body changed to almost zombie-like. Man, oh man.
Yep.
Lori says he knows that sound well. We had dogs when the kids were young. Hilarious. And Kuzik, speaking of hilarious, he says that squirrel was nutty. Come on, man. Come on. Maggie.
I had so much fun writing this combat because a very dear friend of mine raised wolf hybrids for years. When we first met, she had two in this massive enclosure. So when we were going to be doing a wolf fight, I went, hey, Amanda, tell me some wolf things that I can turn into an interesting combat for TD. So she's the reason we got Raid the Cache. She was like, well, wolves in the wild, they'll cache a kill for later. And that was how the squirrel was born.
That's nuts. I didn't know that. Most people are voting Ick, by the way, so I think we have to say Icor. All right. So, Maggie, I think I may have already said this. If not, I wanted to make sure to say Maggie said I laughed so hard the first time I saw the squirrel. I didn't laugh. I thought we were being attacked by a squirrel. And so now that's a callback to the previous room when you ate the mushrooms. So if you ate the mushrooms, you got to see some special cool things there. A certain mushroom that meant that monster was definitely attacking you, or the squirrel was definitely attacking you. All right, so let's get in.
That was the green one.
Yeah, the green one. All right, so stay away from the green one. All right, so let's check out the intro for Room 4.
You've barely recovered from the fight with the Mire Wolf when a strange fluttering comes from above you. It seems the corrupted creatures of this wood have set their sights upon you once more. Roll for initiative.
Bats.
I imagine everybody in the chat is currently like, no more bats.
I thought it was fun. But we have a question from Basic Braining about the previous room. Question: was the zombie mutant squirrel a mutant that was zombified, a zombie squirrel that was mutated, a zombie that was mutated from some creature into a squirrel?
I think it was one of
Yes.
Gib Gub's offspring.
Yes is the answer, and it was also a Gib Gub offspring. So Steve says died first time in this room. Jordan says I thought I'd never see a bat again. Chris Amir says bat room was cool. Bellowing Bob, oh my god, this made my barbarian into a tank. Yeah, my barbarian was doing lots of swinging. Speaking of that, that was interesting. At first I thought, oh, well, I can't attack these guys because they're too high. But that effect only happened, what, in Epic, or was it Mythic? That had to be ranged. What, do you recall?
Well, they're weaker to ranged on all.
Or I'm misremembering again. I kept misremembering during. So never mind.
What are we gonna do with you?
God, I'm the worst. What is in my water? Honey, my wife. I'm going to blame my wife and the New York water. Okay, so that's right. The clue in this room was they were weaker to melee, but you could still attack them. So I guess what I'm trying to say, it was interesting that they could even be attacked at all in melee. So presumably from an RP point of view, they were like all around you, and not like a winged creature flying high above, raining down, death bites or something.
It is difficult to stab bats, though.
It's difficult to stab bats? What a ridiculous thing to say. That won't come into play later. So Fulerian 89, you could still hit melee, just wasn't as effective. Yes, of course. Now, this was kind of a fairly new introduction to virtual in the waves. So could you tell us what each level had to deal with per wave? How many waves per level?
Get your calculators, kids.
There are a lot. We did 4 different loops, videos.
Okay.
And each loop had increasing numbers of bats in it. Normal had to destroy 4 waves. Hardcore was the same. On Nightmare, they had to get through 5. Epic had to get 6, and Mythic had to get 8.
Now, why the same for normal and hardcore? Because the jump isn't that big? That surprises me, to be honest.
The jump's not that big. The amount of hit points per wave changes as well.
Oh, okay.
There was a whole lot in this. So each wave, the amount of hit points per wave goes up. So like on the first wave, it starts with 30, 60, 90, 105, or 150 hit points. And then the next wave jumps up to 50, 100, 150, 175, 250. And that continues until you reach the 4th wave. And then any subsequent waves after the 4th have the same number of hit points.
Interesting. I think in my group, we're all epically geared, and most have all the mythics. But not everybody has all the mythics just yet. I think in our epic and below runs, because we do like sealed pack or what we call the D&D run, we were able to kill everything in one round. But in mythic, I think some of the rounds we didn't do enough damage, and they kept beating us up.
Once you get to that 4th round in Mythic, they have 500 hit points per wave. So these guys were a swamp of a fight.
Yeah. It was definitely fun. Now, Andy, this reference I know. Andy says this is the Kobayashi Maru bats. So, nice. That is a very nice reference. I love it. So, again, any questions in chat, please let me know. And maybe this is a good time for me to remind everybody about 2 things. Number 1, we lost John. Let's see if he comes back. There he is. He's back. Two things. Do that liking and subscribing, please, to help me spread the love of True Dungeon. And if you haven't yet, click the link that's pinned in chat if you would like to enter a drawing for free treasure chips and free gold pieces. You have to be here to win during the drawing, and you have to say, I'm here, in chat. All right, let's go ahead and get into room 5. Intro, please, Caitlin.
Your footsteps grow weary as you travel deeper into the forest. Suddenly, you see the mist beginning to clear ahead. You rush forward, eager to come out on the other side of the woods at last, only to find yourselves standing in some sort of witch's den with a strange, sweet-smelling haze filling the air.
Well, what have we here? A band of adventurers stumbling through the mist and into my home? Always when I'm away. Have you been finding your minds a little jumbled, dearies? I could help you with that, for a price. I'll even give you options. A simple task, or something a little athletic. A nice bout, I think. Either set the table for my return, or you could test how well this magical protection can defend my home. Survive, and I'll gift you the means to clear your minds. Just call out your choice when you've decided.
Very cool. Yeah, people in chat are talking about the jump scare. Really great jump scare. And also a very super cool room. And I have forgotten already the thing that I wanted to try to remember. Who designed this room?
I think it was a collaboration, but I think all 3 of us added and subtracted stuff.
There's little bits and pieces of all kinds of stuff in here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Very cool room.
I will say this: the if you go with the very last thing in the clue, that was actually me and Matthew go to Kentucky Fried Chicken in Heron on occasion, and we were eating chicken livers, and that's kind of he was like, I think we were back and forth like livers, silver, or something. So that started the backwards evolution of this thing here.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's right. So there are 2 choices in this room. Another thing that I personally love, and I'm sure other people love it as well, being able to make a choice, because some people love combat, some people love puzzles, some people want to run twice and do both. And this is the combat version of that. Let me zoom in a little bit here and check out the hag here. Look at that mythic AC. What the son of a biscuit eater. Hi, Chihuahua.
And on top of that, she was incorporeal.
Oh, my Lord. Thankfully, I got all the tokens back here. I just need to remember to equip them. Okay, so Lori says, you never know. Lori, who's not here, by the way, she says, you never know where puzzle inspiration will hit. KFC. I'm with you there. Steve says, now get out of my home. That made him laugh. Yeah, that was kind of funny. And so this is the combat version, but there was also a puzzle version, which was quite interesting as well. Here is the stab bats that you were referring to. And speaking of the magnifying glass, incredible use of something that we had acquired earlier. I believe this is the first time that I can recall. Maybe some people who've been playing longer could mention this in chat. But if you use the magnifying glass on the scroll clue, you saw some highlighted words here. So who would like to speak?
Trent, I can hop back in that room and show them if you want.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Your footsteps.
All right, so let me get this folder open because there's a ton in here. Here was the main clue, or at least it should be. All right, so here is the scroll normal. where all of your text is black. There's still some capitalized letters, but nothing interesting. And then you use the magnifying glass, and it highlights the words that you had to unscramble.
Very cool.
I'm gonna turn off the hallucinogens so it's a little easier to see.
Yeah, that's great. And then, of course, the group starts talking about, well, what does this mean, you know? And I thought that was really, really cool. So just in case there are some people who did not solve this, who would like to walk us through what each of these things meant?
John, you want me to take it since I have the module open in front of me?
Sure. I'll just throw in stuff when it's appropriate. Like I should have mentioned
KFC.
during the combat. The one thing
yeah,
you
the
could
eyeball.
touch on her table was this. If you closed it, yeah, then you would have got initiative. Because she's watching you in her home. This is her security device. This is her ring or whatever.
Yeah, it's her ring doorbell.
So if you had walked up and closed the box, you would have got initiative.
No way! Wow.
We like I don't know that a lot of people even thought of, or I don't know.
No way. We've been trained to never touch anything. It was going to explode.
Well, the first I was going back and forth with Caitlin, and I was like, if somebody was walking into your house and just touching your stuff, wouldn't you like zap them? So that's where that first attack comes from, I guess, in the puzzle, where if you touch anything, she's gonna zap you for a little bit. So that's where that came from. I know some people were like, that's not fair, but yeah.
Well, in their defense, it was just a zap on Nightmare, and then on Epic they had to fight half of her hit points, and on Mythic they had to do the whole fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened for sure.
Collaboration rooms are fun because I'll throw stuff at Caitlin. Caitlin will like, what if we do this? And then I'll like, oh, what if we do that? So yeah, this is like you're seeing like all of it like kind of come together. And then I was like, the other thing on the combat was the blue crystal. We didn't talk about that. I don't know that anybody.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody got it.
Doesn't ring a bell. What happened? Or what is it?
On the table on the left was a glowing blue crystal, and basically that was her power source. So if you would have smashed the crystal, then I don't remember what did that eliminate her?
Ended the combat immediately. Yeah, it destroys the protection, so you can only get her voice coming at you.
To give some clues, I put a bunch of melee weapons right next to it to like kind of. So if you see like weird stuff that's out of place, I know this room was busy. There was asparagus and tomatoes and all kinds of stuff. But if there's like a weird thing, like a glowing crystal for no reason, and there's weapons next to it,
Interesting.
Yeah, that was what the Bard lore referenced in this room, because the Bard lore was the guardian of the hag's lair is tethered by some magical device. Find and destroy it to send this vision packing.
Wow. Who listens to the Bard Clue? Nobody, right? No, everybody except me in my group.
Just spice for the DMs, if in case they wanted to run with it. I think I put the actual token prop for the figuring of power horror, like off in the woods. So as the golem was looking around, if you saw that, that was just so that the DMs could, if they wanted to, like turn that into something or whatever. So there was all kinds of weird stuff in there.
Wow.
So have your golem look around once in a while. Anyway, back to the puzzle.
Wow. Well, I mean, this is the riddle reveal. I mean, listen to all of that revealing. That is amazing. I didn't know about the figurine of horror prop. I didn't know about the crystal with the melee weapons next to it. I don't think I saw it at all because you're right. There's a lot going on here. But speaking of revealing, so since you said you had the module, what were these highlighted words? What are they? Well, first it's anagram, right? Isn't that? Oh, duh, that's the first one, right? And it says anagram. So that's the first clue. Okay, you can take the rest.
Yeah, that was just kind of the nod of, okay, you have to unscramble words. Beyond that, we have 8 myths becomes amethyst. Did moan becomes diamond. Drip toe, which was a misspelling on my part. It was supposed to be tripe do, and I misread my notes.
No.
It
Spell check turned it from tripe do give her to drip or something, and so yeah. So, but it worked out.
Wow.
Like,
That's
At least it still had all the right letters.
yeah,
That's crazy. That's
because
awesome.
I was hoping people would like tripe. Do they mean the steaks over here or this meat? Or anyway, so but it worked out.
That's funny. Oh my God, we're getting all kinds of cool behind the scenes info.
Yep. Let's see, and that one became peridot or peridot, depending on where you are. Red meal became emerald, and livers became silver. You know, like
That's where it all
happens at
started.
KFC.
Yeah, KFC. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. So I'm checking in with chat here. We've got some people here who said they were much smarter than my group, or at least us. Let's see. We played with the grapes until we hit max puzzle damage. That's what Jeffrey did. Valerian said having to be forced into the fight after bat waves was rather mean. And Conqueror says my party destroyed the crystal. Those guys are smart. Basic Brainian says,
hey, we did have one.
yeah, and here's more. Basic Brainian says one of my Saturday groups smashed the crystal and killed the projection at the same time. Bellowing Bob, Friday run, someone attacked the crystal but didn't have any attack or any effect rather. So maybe they didn't know, the DM didn't know at that time. And Valerian figured out the gems.
Difficulty?
What difficulty was that, Bellowing Bob Friday? So different difficulties.
So on normal and hardcore, you just had to smash the crystal. On Nightmare, Epic, and Mythic, it had hit points. So you had to deal its full hit points.
Bellowing Bob says nightmare, so you had to do the whole hit points. That's why. Oh, we could presume that that's why. Super cool, fun room, and it was a collaboration room. Thumbs up from Bellowing Bob. Yep.
I think did we have a note in there that if they put anything red on the tray, she came and zapped him again or something? So
I don't remember being
had
zapped
that in the
again.
Initial, I don't think that made it into the final because there was just so much.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
There was a lot in this.
Yeah.
Because I put rubies and apples and tomatoes and all kinds of red all over the room, hoping
Funny.
that somebody would sacrifice something red and she would come out and
So mean, so
Yeah.
mean. All right, so let's keep going. Room 6. Show us the Friday. Room 6 had a couple of different video intros / loops. Show us the Friday intro to Room 6, please.
Following Sibella's lead, you soon find yourself standing on a dirt path at the edge of a field of corn. Night has fallen, but the sky above is too obscured by clouds to see stars. Behind you, the mist continues to swirl beneath the trees of the wood. In the distance, you see the faint light of a village. But before you can start towards it, you hear a rustle from the cornfield.
Wow, that was nuts. This was a very cool video loopy room. What can you tell us about these video loops, if anything? Were these like through that service, or did Drake do some magic here?
Both, actually. So the video itself of the Scarecrow came from Atmos FX, which I think we had something from them in January, but I don't remember what it was. They make stuff for haunted houses, and it's actually not just commercial. You can buy their products to show on your TV at home for a Halloween party or something. And you can buy like a whole package, and then that gives you the licensing, yada yada. And Drake took all of the different videos that they had and combined them to make the loops, the attacks, added a couple extra effects. He did some incredible work.
Wow. Yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you could obviously do the Google, but it's also, I believe, on the home page of VTD. Scroll to the bottom, you can click a link there. Yeah, some very cool effects from them as well. And each day, this was one of those rooms which was great because it changed every day. Can you show us something that was different for Saturday, please?
Sure. On Saturday, the entire intro and loop was different.
Following Sibella's lead, you soon find yourself standing on a dirt path at the edge of a field of corn. Night has fallen, but the sky above is too obscured by clouds to see stars. Behind you, the mist continues to swirl beneath the trees of the wood. In the distance, you see the faint light of a village. But before you can start towards it, you hear a rustle from the cornfield.
Where'd he go? Well, that's normal. Oh, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not weird at all. Oh my God! What a scary room. Oh, mama, people are in chat saying, this is where chat is, by the way, it's over here on my monitor. A lot of people are saying that this was a great room, one of their favorite rooms. Lots of damage happening in this room. Yeah, it was very, very fun, and it was awesome that they were different each day. I highly encourage people to, play once a day if you can. It's really, really fun. So, speaking of fun, show us the craziness that happened for Sunday, which was pretty nutty.
Yeah, so on Sunday, this would be part 2 loop, essentially. Once you got him down to a certain level of hit points, he would do a little transformation sequence.
Oh, that's totally fine. Nothing ominous about that. Boy. Oh my God. That shouldn't. That I saw him with. Well, I saw this for the first time. I thought, what, Scarecrow was that? What fire? That's a stupid Scarecrow. And then clearly, this is a magic Scarecrow that definitely, didn't care about fire. So speaking of that, let me zoom in. Each day the clue changed too. I didn't show you the other two, but here is a man made of straw should burn, but this one lit himself on fire. You'll have to slash it to pieces instead. So that was, I think, a pretty cool difference here.
This combat actually had different stat blocks every single day, which is something we hadn't done before. Usually the base stats would stay the same, and we would just change something about his attacks or something like that. But this one, his weaknesses, his resistances, everything changed from day to day.
We're working those DMs.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, that's insane. That's really cool. And people are mentioning it in chat as well. The Bard clue. Here's where the Bard is super helpful. As always. I mean, the Bard is an amazing class. They help everybody. So, and here's that mythic AC. Lord have mercy. 53. I swear you're making these numbers up. Alex has a question. What content from this VTD did you think would be a hit with the players was a flop? I think he meant, what content from this VTD did you think that would be a hit with the players but was a flop? And what did you think that would fall flat that was well received by the player base? So what did you think was going to be awesome that didn't turn out to be so awesome, I guess, from the player's point of view? And what did you think would be like, kind of normal, but turned out to be super awesome from the players? Anybody?
Asking the tough
for,
questions.
for me, a lot of people hate anagrams. I don't know why, but I don't know.
Okay.
That's like a core D&D kind of thing. I think so. I thought that room was going to be kind of hit or miss, but I think people enjoyed themselves once they got into it, or a lot of people metagamed it, so they went one way or the other once they knew what was going on. Plus, anytime there's I guess a combat or puzzle choice, that a lot of people like that no matter what.
Tends to go well, yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one that really likes the choice rooms. Anything that you thought would be a hit but turned out to not be a hit? That's the other question.
Listen, I always knew the bats were going to be punishing. I didn't expect people to loathe them that much.
Was there some
And that
loathing?
actually, there was some loathing on the Discord, but it actually brought up a point that I ended up talking with Andrew about, and that is that a lot of times I think players assume that damage is automatic because our DMs are forgetting to narrate when there's attack rolls made by the monsters. So the bat room is a great example of that. Every attack those bats did, they had to roll to hit. They were rolling against your AC. But if the DMs didn't specifically tell you that they were making that roll, it made it seem like you were just constantly getting hit, and I think that probably contributed to some of the frustration.
Interesting. I always assume every hit that I take is going against my AC, unless it's clearly said that it's just some, unavoidable spell. Maybe I got lucky. I've never heard anybody not say that. How...
Andrew, he pointed it out to me that in person, when the DM has to roll to hit, you actually see them pick up that giant rock of a die and roll it. But because we use the party card that he designed, a lot of the DMs don't even think to talk about the roll because it's done for them. It's handled by a computer.
Sometimes if the DM's trying to jam out as many rounds of combat as possible, they'll skip some of the flavor to do that, and then you have some that are storytellers that want to and this happened and this. So it's just like everybody's got their own style.
Yeah, and that was a room where we told them to go fast because you had to go fast in that room.
Yeah, I have seen different DMs be more flavorful than others. I personally appreciate the flavor because I kind of like the story. But I also know different people do different things, all right? And maybe some are more comfortable with another, and some people are learning. But I think it would be unwise for anybody, especially us in True Dungeon, to not know that there's more to learn, and there's always something that we could do better. So that's cool that you guys are taking feedback and listening, and then doing your best to improve. I guess when possible. So yeah, Bello and Bob just had an idea that I was actually thinking as well, some type of animation to show that they are rolling. But then again, the issue with that, as I was having the conversation with myself, was sometimes the DM has to fudge, whether it be good or bad, and whether they fudge or not. I don't know if you guys have any policy about that, but I just always assume sometimes Dungeon Masters fudge rolls, to help.
Occasionally, the one thing I've told them with okay for fudging is I want everybody to get to actually spend time in the combats. So even if you're coming in and you're able to annihilate the combat in one round. I want them to at least give you 2 rounds. 3 rounds would be perfect.
Mhm.
And that goes both
But-
ways. We could kill off
Yeah.
an entire party in the first room, and
Very true.
yeah.
Right,
so-
right. It does go both ways. Let me check in with chat here. Okay, so Conqueror, I think you're talking about this. This was your favorite room. Kuzig wasn't a fan of the bats. And Andy says, and I'm going to say this not in the way I think you intended it, but I will also reference what you were saying. And by the way, I don't know how to sing. So this is what Andy says. He says, we felt the bats were popular. But what he was going for was the pop. So that's what he was going for. So that was my horrible, wicked reference there. Bellowing Job, choice room comment. A lot of my runs chose the puzzle after the bats just to heal. Alex
Yeah,
says, sorry.
That really sucked when you touched something on that table.
Yeah, careful. Alex says, sorry for the grammar, was typing quickly because water was boiling in the kitchen. Thanks for the answers. We understand. Kuzak, you're asking too late. What was the plus hit bonus for the bats? Unless that's something you can look up real quick.
700.
700 says, for your answer there, Kuzak. Valerian, could have been that the DMs were trying to speed through rounds since you had to fit 5, 6, 8 rounds of combat, so maybe short-cutting things, perhaps. Valerian says, yes.
I have the to hits.
Go ahead.
Ready.
It was what?
So the bat to hit for the Sonic Screech attack was plus 8 on normal, plus 14 hardcore, plus 24 nightmare, plus 30 epic, and plus 40 on mythic.
Damn.
Yeah, those 2 hits are rough.
Yeah. Valerian says, yeah, speed of DMs, NPCs was a big concern for rooms 4 and 7 this time around. Basic Braining says, we narrated less in this room to make sure y'all got all of the bats. Yeah. And Bello and Bob, yeah, we're in sync, baby. Says maybe just a die roll without players seeing the result. So to kind of show that, the DMs are rolling. Something to think about. And Metaphoric Dragon, oh yeah, a lot of the sound design this run was very satisfying. I'm hip to that. Yeah, there was really good sound in this VTD. Yeah.
All Drake.
Yeah, nicely done. Well, I was about to say, in the film world, sound design is something you don't even think about. And Drake is, educated in that world, and it is definitely showing. Jeff says, I also don't like when combats are over in one round. I want to see what the monsters do. Yep, I agree. Speaking of monsters, after this insane monster, we go to our final room, room 7. Can you show us the intro to room 7?
Sure thing.
You enter the cottage cautiously. The inside is cozy and warm, with a fire burning merrily in the hearth. However, where you expected to see an old woman of wisdom, you find a tall man standing before you instead.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because this long speech, which we didn't show because it was a live thing. The NPC says, and here's this old lady who's going to tell you about blah, 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 blah. And then you walk in and it's like, hey, that's not an old lady. What in the world? And Kuzik says, it's a pirate. Metaphoric Dragon says, immediately cast Detect Evil. Our paladin did that as well. I think that was Steve. And the NPC
Did the
says,
whole room glow?
well, the NPC was like, yes, I'm evil. We all died laughing because we thought it was great. And then he just kept going to tell us what was going on. So at the bottom it says, sometimes death is all that's left. And then let me get into this scroll here because this is definitely too small. So what can you guys tell us about this room here? Yeah, actually, John, I'm going to cut to you. Show us what you got there. I'm going to cut to you.
I just have his tarot cards.
Yeah, pretty cool.
These are just the props that Jake was using.
Very cool. Awesome. That's right. Jake, are you in the chat? If so, excellent job. Did a wonderful job.
Very, very grateful to Jake, too, because, as you might have guessed, this was initially supposed to be a female NPC. Our originally scheduled NPC was unable to make it due to a family emergency. We tried to find somebody else to fill in, and they were also not able to make it, so Jake kind of last minute agreed, and we pivoted, and oh, look, it's the mother's nephew, wherever could she be?
Unbelievable.
But it worked out because now the whole storyline is changing for the fall. Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
What? That's insane. If you would not have told us that, I don't think anybody would know. It was, and Jake is here. Hey, Jake. Hello. That's insane. I just thought that was part of the story, that it was the nephew. Wow.
It is now.
That's crazy. That's what I was mentioning. I think that might have been before the show when we were talking about this, the theater thing. You know, you don't comment on the wet paint. You don't say, sorry, audience, there's supposed to be a prop here. Nobody knows, right? So just keep going. The show must go on. So here's a perfect example of the show must go on. And as an audience member, I didn't know. I'm surprised to even hear about that. That's amazing. So it says the creature sits upon his throne, and in corner he abides, another strolls above him, best friend by his side, not above, not below, the guilty one swings there, up on high, etc., etc., etc. So each day this scroll changed, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it did.
Yep. And so he does the tarot cards, and we've figured out that we've got a certain way that we need to place these cards. And then on Friday, this is Friday's answer. So you've got the scroll in the left, you read through the scroll, and it tells you where you need to put these different things. So then on Saturday, these scrolls are read differently. And then this is the answer, which I thought was really cool. That it was actually differently laid out. That I thought that was a really great touch.
The rotating Fool card tripped up a lot of people on Saturday.
It did us too, until we just literally just kind of, I don't know, just kind of brute forced it, and it just and then it worked.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that before, where it was maybe in another puzzle or another module, like a D&D module or a Ravenloft or something, where for those two to be eye to eye, the Hanged Man and the Fool, or whoever it was, they had, like, one of the cards had to be upside down, and then if they're staring at death, you had to, like, rotate them again. Or so I stole that from some old D&D module, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully folks had fun with it changing day to day.
It took us a while to get to it, but once we got it, we got it. And then I did another run, and I was trying to give a clue to the people who hadn't seen it before, and I told them that sometimes you have to think outside of the box. That was my clue. So yeah. All right. So Jake says that he hinted so bad, so he was really trying to help people. And let's see.
But why would you trust him? He
I know. He said he was evil. Do you remember saying that, Jake? I thought that was so funny. All right, so let me try to catch up here on the chat. Very nice job. So people liked Jake's work. Christopher loved the puzzle. And then comment made during Sunday run. Glad they cut out the majority of narrative to allow time to solve puzzle. So I guess maybe the narrative was a little long at the beginning.
So on Friday, basically he's telling you the story of, or retelling the story of how, I gotta be careful who I say, how Craven came to be. So he's telling you the story, and the tarot cards are like popping up and changing, like for Willem and Astrid falling in love and all that kind of stuff. So he's and then once we started getting feedback, that I told him to, like, tell the whole story, like, take your time doing it, because it's not a crazy hard puzzle. But we got some feedback that like, hey, we can't hear him, so I had to have the golem scoot in closer, have him talk louder. Jake worked with us, so and then the next on Saturday or late Friday, Saturday, we just told him to like kind of speed through it. So
Got
hopefully
it.
everybody had time. Once I mean that's why we asked for feedback, so we can like do little tweaks and stuff like that. So hopefully it worked out for everybody. I mean, yeah.
Got it. Speaking of story, Metaphoric Dragon says, knowing the story, I'm not entirely convinced Craven did anything wrong. Uh-oh. Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
Lord have mercy. You know where you're going.
That is not the first time I've heard that either. So. Did Craven do anything wrong, cursing an entire country for the actions of the nobility?
Yeah, I know. Did you watch the same video? Maggie said she liked the storytelling. I do as well. Bello and Bob praised love the changes each day to make each day enjoyable. And then I think that is everything. Okay, so that's the Saturday answer, and then Sunday. Here's the Sunday answer. I thought that was really, really cool.
we kind of went back to where it was just the 6 lined out, no like twisting or turning, because that in itself is a red herring. So people who played Saturday would be like, "Oh, we got to turn one of these."
Yeah. No, that's great. And was this one of those collaborative dungeons? It sounds like it was. Or rooms, rather.
I wrote up some stuff and sent it to Caitlin, and I was like, "Hey, all the speech and dialogue, that's all you. Have fun. I got to work on Gen Con."
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Worked out just fine.
Yeah. All right. So let me take the opportunity to remind everybody, if you want to partake in that drawing, click the link in that's pinned to the chat. You have to be here during the drawing in order to win. And if you haven't yet, please do that liking and subscribing. And speaking of these riddle reveals, the next VTD is Order of the Dawn, which I love this graphic here. I love the name. I think it's very cool. I'm really looking forward to it. Friday, March 27th through Sunday, March 29th at TD.events. And Bello and Bob says, need more likes. Yeah, baby. Maggie has a question about Room 7. How many people did the bonus puzzle in Room 7? Oh, that's right. There was a bonus puzzle in Room 7. Do we know how many people did the bonus puzzle?
We didn't track it because it didn't have any extra stuff to it like some of our bonus puzzles do.
Yeah. We didn't catch it at first.
We had a lot
later.
More on Sunday than we did on Friday for sure.
So if you completed it and you got the little pop-up, that was, I think you get 3 HP in March. Yeah. So next VTD you get to start out with 3 extra HP.
Yeah.
If you were smart, you did it on Saturday. You could have used it Sunday.
Oh, interesting.
No, because the pop-up did say Order of the Dawn.
I do think it did say, Order of the Dawn. Yeah, Kuzik says they did it.
That's not what was in my notes. I was like, next VTD. Any VTD in March.
Okay. Order of the Dawn. So that's the next VTD. Go to td.events to get tickets. And remember, this is our plan to do a riddle reveal 1 week after each VTD. So the next show will be Saturday, April 4th at 6 p.m. And so any final questions in chat, please speak up now. And John, is there anything else you would like to add to our watchers, our viewers here? Anything to share?
I just I thank everybody for playing. I mean, hopefully you guys are having fun. I can't believe I get to do this. So.
Right, like we have kind of a dream job situation going here.
And I'm looking at some of the stuff we got built for RingCon. It's crazy. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Jeff's gonna blow your minds, I think, and Gen Con too. So, Yep, got some crazy stuff going on.
Speaking of Gen Con,
Uh-oh.
the
Volunteer!
early
Volunteer!
volunteering, yeah, the early volunteering deadline is coming up on March 15th. If you volunteer before March 15th and you serve as either full-time or local install, you get a bonus Pick Your Purple Ultra Rare. Any PYP, any Ultra Rare of your choice from the 2025-2026 Standard Pack set. But that's only if you volunteer before March 15th and are accepted for full-time or local install.
And you get to
Very
hang out
cool.
with me.
Yeah, yes. Definitely go to td.vols to volunteer. The
tdvols.com.
Or I'm sorry. Is it tdvols.com? My apologies. Yeah, I'm glad somebody here knows what they're doing. tdvols.com, tdvols.com. I've said this before. The backbone of True Dungeon is the volunteers. That it sounds, I don't know, pretend land, but it's not. It's absolutely amazing. I remember my very first adventure going through, and I had some theater experience as well, and I remember going through thinking, wow, this is like a show. You know, it's really professionally done. There's props, there's scenery, there's actors, and then all the upfront people, and then in the treasure room, and then it's just so many volunteers doing such amazing things. So I would highly suggest everybody try to volunteer at least once, so you can just experience that aspect of it. And to me, since unfortunately because of my time, here I am saying, but I don't have time. This show to me is kind of like my volunteering tribute, if you will. So if you're unable to physically volunteer at conventions, maybe just help spread the word, because it's just an amazing game, and I know people agree with me. So I highly suggest volunteering if you haven't yet. All right, so Burnt the Waffles, Burnt the Waffles, what's up? Says John is pretty cool, and
Once in a while.
we've got Awkward Moon says, where are the newsletters? True Dungeon just sent one out, if that's what you mean. Or are you talking about my newsletters? If you're talking about my newsletters, you should be able to see it from my website.
He's looking for January.
Yeah, go to my website and click on latest news. The new latest news is the newsletters. Snake Eyes has a question. Any update on when more RingCon slots will open for second runs? That's March 15th. This is the last I heard. You guys know anything more
Yeah,
beyond that?
I think that's still legit.
15th is still the date I've got.
Got it. So I don't
Still got
know.
time to make a ring. Still got time to make a ring if you don't have your code.
Speaking of that, do you guys know if it's been decided? Because people keep asking me, and I don't know how to answer them. Do you, let's say I already have a code, I already have a ring, and I have signed up for runs. When the 15th opens up, that's going to be for people to do what they may consider a second run. Do you need a second ring, or is the first ring that you got, work?
It is one ring per run. Period. As far as I know.
So you'll need a second ring if you want
Yeah, you have to have a second.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. All right, so then I don't see any other questions in chat. So then let's say toodles to Caitlin and John. Thank you both very much for your time. We really do appreciate it. And these behind the scene things are just unbelievable. And, I'm just blown away each time. And so far, you guys have been getting better and better every time. So good luck getting better next one. Okay. All right. So everybody wave toodles to Caitlin and John. I'll see you guys at the next show. Thank you very much, Caitlin and John. All right. So that was Caitlin and John from True Dungeon giving us the scoop, the behind the scenes info. This is the last chance. Go to the pinned link, click that, and fill out that information for the YouTube live free giveaways. You can see first, second, and third place here. I'm now going to go ahead and do the cutoff for that. Let me go to the spreadsheet here, and I'm now going to grab everybody's names. You guys talk amongst yourselves here. Looks like we have 48 people who have entered. And give me a second here. I'm now going to just check for duplicates, make sure we've got no duplicates. Again, talk amongst yourself. Data cleanup, remove duplicates. Okay. And all unique. Okay, so that's 48. Now we go here. Let me make sure nobody has signed in. Okay, that is everybody. So let me share my screen here. Sharing my screen. Of course, I guess technically I've been sharing my screen this whole time. All right, so yeah, more likes to Trent. I agree, Bellowing Bob. You need to be the leader of my oh, you know what, let me go back here so you guys can see yours. Yeah, here's your names. So we've got all the names here, so everybody should see their name there. Okay. And then let me go like that. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, so here we will go through. Now, this is first, the first spin is going to be for the third prize. And the third prize is a 1K bar and a 10K treasure trip. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. Remember, say hello in chat when we call your name. Okay, third place is Mallory Verhin. I don't know if I got that last name right. Probably didn't. Mallory, please say hello in chat. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so we're going to give a little bit of time here. Mallory, please say hello in chat. Oh, that's you. Hello. Okay. Mallory, congratulations on winning third place. And thank you very much for watching the show. All right. So we're going to remove Mallory's name. And now we're going to go to second place, which is a 5K bar and a 3X treasure chip. I think this is the sweet spot here. It's a good one to win. Second place is Brian Lingenfelter. Brian, say hello in chat. Brian. I think I saw you there. Hopefully you're still there. Woot, I'm here. Awesome, Brian. Good job. Thank you. All right, so Valerian says number 1 off for the second video in a row. Oh, no. So sorry, buddy. All right, so we will remove Brian's name. And here we go. First place, a 25K gold bar, Eldridge bar, and a single chip. Who is it going to be? Zachary Schaefer. Zachary. All right, Zachary, say hello in chat, please. Let me just doing this the old-fashioned way, writing it down. Okay. Metaphoric Dragon, that's you. Okay. You sure? Okay, I'm going to believe you, Metaphoric Dragon, that's you. I doubt you would goof and say that. So we're going to remove Zach's name. Well, actually, I didn't need to do that, unless there was a need to re-roll. Okay, congratulations to everybody. That was awesome. Congrats, everybody. And yes, as a sign-off, thank you very much again for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed the free prizes. And again, if you didn't see the little video that I did about an hour before the show started, if you would like a chance for a free 2026 10-pack, which is really hard to get this year, go check out my newsletter. You can check that out by going to my website, clicking on latest news, and look at the January newsletter. There's a clue in there on how to acquire one. And good luck to everybody for chasing down that clue. And again, thank you very much for watching this show. And let's close with one of my favorite things to say. It's very, very difficult to frown when you're smiling, so please smile.